I've been doing more and more work in the recording studio as an orchestrator, as a conductor, an arranger, as a pianist. I was realizing that I'd been doing all of that and helping contribute to other people's projects, but had nothing of my own to show people when they'd ask, well, what does your music sound like? What is the sound of Mitchell McCarthy? This idea just sort of started and snowballed and snowballed and snowballed into, I can make an album. Looking at the album, looking at it from this point forward, there's definitely a sound, there's definitely a voice that comes through across the album, and that's really exciting for me as a composer and as an artist. The music that I write, it's not difficult in a cerebral, kind of esoteric complexity way. It's just very intricate in its construction. When you hear it and when you play it and it all comes together, it's a really thrilling experience. The music that I wrote for the album has features for everybody. There are huge cello solos, huge viola solos, the violins are featured all over, the piano has some really incredible moments by itself, and there are also really exciting, really fun ensemble moments where we're all either working together or working against each other. All of the music for the album was written in New York City, and living in New York, there's just this palpable rhythm and urgency that creeps into everything you do, every aspect of life, and it's certainly throughout the record you can feel it. It's a part of the music, it's a part of who I am as an artist and as a composer, and the music on From This Point Forward just sort of thrums with that energy and with that pulse of city living and city life. Creating something new is always challenging, and particularly in a very traditional old art form like classical music, with so much music in the repertoire already, people spend a lot of time working on existing pieces and perfecting them and working to express more with music that's been written and been played. And so it's a very different kind of challenge when you start to work on something that's brand new. Not only are you bringing your artistic voice to it, but there's also really no right or wrong answers because you're creating something. And I think that for some people that's terrifying. For the group we had, I think it was really thrilling to be on that roller coaster ride together, just trying to make something new and make something that hadn't been heard before.